I've been asked by Louder Than Words to read to you from my new book, Walls Come Tumbling Down. I'm going to read a little bit from the back cover and then the opening extract. In August 1976, Eric Clapton made an inflammatory speech in support of Enoch Powell and black repatriation, sparking an anti-racist campaign that would soon radicalise an entire generation. The following 16 years saw politics and pop music come together as never before to challenge racism, gender equality, and social and class divisions. For the first time in UK history, musicians became instigators of social change and their political persuasion as important as the songs they sang. Through the voices of campaigners and musicians, artists and politicians, I've charted this extraordinary and pivotal period following the rise and fall of three key movements: Rock Against Racism, Two Tone and Redge Wedge, revealing how they both shaped and were shaped by the music of a generation. It's an oral history, so it's in the words of all the different contributors that I've moulded into a text. And chapter one, book one, is on Rock Against Racism. Chapter one is called Who Shot the Sheriff? And the first chapter is Make Way for the Homo Superior, which is about Eric Clapton, Black Britain and David Bowie. And this first contribution is from Red Saunders, and he writes, "Everything begins with the letter. It was 1976. There were 1.5 million on the dole, belts tightened, cuts biting, prices soaring, wages frozen, the government looking for someone to blame, and the loony fascists cashing in by stirring up hate. 3 Asians killed in London, Notting Hill Carnival attacked by the police, the right-wing activist Robert Relf doing his house for sale to an English family only bit, Enoch Powell ranting about alien wedges in our culture and predicting a racial war in Britain." It was in this climate that I read a review in Sounds about an Eric Clapton gig in Birmingham on on 5th of August. He shambled on stage and began warning us all about foreigners and the need to vote for Enoch Powell, who Eric described as a prophet, and the danger of the country becoming a colony within 10 years, and how Eric was thinking of retiring and becoming an MP. It then goes on to have words from Dave Wakeling, the lead singer of The Beat, and David Corio, photographer, who were both there and witnessed Eric's rant, which became increasingly outrageous over the course of the evening. And then we introduced Roger Huddle, who said, "Red phoned me up and said, I've composed a letter about Eric Clapton to send to all the music papers. He read it to me over the phone and said, would you sign it?" And this is what the Red wrote, with also signed by 6 other people, and it did appear in all the music papers, and is the beginning of Rock Against Racism. This is the letter. "When I read about Eric's Birmingham concert, when he urged support for Enoch Powell, we nearly puked. What's going on, Eric? You've got a touch of brain damage. So you're going to stand for MP and you think you're being colonised by black people? Come on. You've been taking too much of that Daily Express stuff. You know you can't handle it. Own up. Half your music is black. You're rock music's biggest colonialist. You're a good musician, but where would you be without the blues and R&B? You've got to fight the racist poison, otherwise you degenerate into the sewer with the rats and all the money men who ripped off rock culture with their checkbooks and plastic crap. Rock was and still can be a real progressive culture, not a packaged mail order stick-on nightmare of mediocre garbage. We want to organise a rank and file movement against the racist poisoning rock music. We urge support. All those interested, please write to Rock Against Racism, Box M, 8 Cotton Gardens, London, E2 8DN. PS, who shot the sheriff, Eric? It sure as hell wasn't you. I'll be in Manchester, Louder Than Words, on Sunday, talking with Darrell Eastley about this book, about Two Tone, about Redge Wedge, about artists against apartheid, with film, footage, and many, many photographs of the period. Look forward to seeing you there.